The curious case of egg farm fires. Learn where the latest fire broke out amid a national shortage. I'm Kristi Leigh, and here's today's Daily Brief. Find out where segregation is returning to the classroom, plus why a university is covering for a sex offender, and an alarming warning discovered regarding ingredients in the COVID jab. Starting today with another egg farm fire after decades of food suppliers not going up in flames. Zero Hedge reports a fire broke out at New Zealand's largest egg farm, killing 75,000 hens. Prior to the fire, New Zealand farmers estimated that the country needed another 300,000 hens to deal with a national egg shortage, according to The Guardian. The fire comes roughly 1 week after one of America's top egg suppliers, Hillendale Farms, burned down, killing up to 100,000 chickens. This is also amid a slew of egg farmers taking to social media, concerned about lack of egg laying and potential problems with feed. A growing list of other food processing plants have been affected by fires. A media outlet search of food plant fire shows a staggering story count increase over the past year. And I'm sure completely unrelated news, a November 2020 international immunopharmacology publication finds chicken egg yolk antibodies protect against COVID. The authors of the peer-reviewed study concluded that the egg yolk antibodies showed significant neutralizing potency against SARS-CoV-2 in the lab, noting the need for further interrogation in animal models. And MSN reports a new study at Boston University finds eating more eggs could be good for your heart. Researchers studied data on more than 2,300 adults and found that eating 5 or more eggs a week was associated with lower blood pressure, lower blood sugar, and a lower risk of type 2 diabetes, suggesting eating eggs might actually promote heart health. Turning now to the return of segregation, no whites allowed. A recently released email shows that Centennial Elementary School in Olympia, Washington, engaged in blatant segregation by barring white children from a student affinity group that meets during lunchtime, according to Gateway Pundit. The school principal tells parents in the email, "We have a 5th grade BIPOC student group that meets weekly during their lunchtime." She goes on to mention that the group does not include white children. One parent told a local news station she sees the club as a safe space for minority students, while another parent of a student at the school says she feels like the school is promoting segregation. There's also questions being raised about the legality of the club. Mark Lamb, a Seattle-based attorney, says there is significant evidence that the club is blatantly illegal, particularly when considering there's evidence the club was orchestrated by school officials. Covering up for a sex offender because it's not politically correct? That appears to be the case at a Berlin university. Remix News reports that Berlin Free University is telling students not to call police on a migrant sex offender. The sex offender has been harassing and stalking women for weeks, but victims are being urged not to alert the police over fears of racism. The advice came through an email from the General Students Committee. It says, quote, "We would like to point out that police operations for people affected by racism are generally associated with an increased risk of experiencing police violence. It suggests using the school's security system instead, which cannot apprehend an individual without their consent." In response, Berlin police tweeted, "Anyone who is in danger or affected by a crime or becomes aware of an emergency situation of others should not let anything or anyone stop them from acting. Call us. We are here for you." Concerns over the COVID jab are only increasing after the discovery of a potential harmful ingredient. The package insert for Pfizer Inc.'s mRNA vaccine reveals the drug contains ALC-0315. When cross-referencing this ingredient with OSHA, it's not looking good. ALC-0315 is for research use and is not for human or veterinary diagnostic or therapeutic use, according to a data safety sheet from an American biotechnology company called Cayman Chemical, updated June 2022. The safety sheet indicates that it received the information regarding ALC-0315 from OSHA's Hazard Communication Standard, which requires chemical manufacturers and importers to evaluate the hazards of the chemicals they produce or import. Cayman Chemical's product information sheet for the ingredient explains how the substance is used in the creation of lipid nanoparticles that are used to deliver a vaccine for SARS-CoV-2 to the body. However, at the bottom of the technical sheet is a warning that reads in all caps, This product is for research only, not for human or veterinary diagnostic or therapeutic use. So here's today's takeaways. Another large egg farm suddenly catches fire, straining an already reduced supply. An elementary school in Washington is boasting the return of segregation by promoting a No Whites Allowed club. A Berlin university is more concerned with protecting a sex offender than his victims. And well, an OSHA-sourced safety sheet warns not to have a particular chemical even come in contact with the skin. It's currently an ingredient listed in the COVID jab injection. To learn more, be sure to go to AmericanFaith.com and subscribe to our daily newsletter. For American Faith, I'm Kristi Leigh.